The Allies have quite the situation on their hands. The Soviets aren't pushing, United Kingdom has been occupied, and looks like the Axis is turning the war around. Can it get any worse than that? Ah, there it did. Hello viewers, and welcome to the 17th episode of the 1943 Germany Challenge. As you can see at the start of the video, I finally have my very first nuke that I intend to use eventually. Of course, if I start nuking everyone, the game will be way too easy. So I will implement one rule. I will not nuke anyone unless I get nuked by that country. For instance, if USA nukes me first, or if they nuke me first, I will retaliate. And if they drop one bomb, I drop one bomb. If they drop two, I drop two. Though the same cannot be said about the Soviets. I will do everything to win against them, because I do not want to deal with the millions of troops that they have on my border. As you can see in this episode, I finished occupying Iceland and sent a few tank divisions into Belfast. All of the coastal provinces of the United Kingdom have been fortified, and the Allies don't really have any other place to land. So you can probably imagine that they'll be going to Belfast only, because it's free there. And knowing the AI can essentially exploit that and keep killing off the units one by one, which of course isn't much at first glance, but it will eventually stockpile. I suppose the casualty amount will eventually stockpile, as I've said, and it will be quite big. And by the time I invade the United States of America, they will have less divisions, manpower, and they will be a much weaker opponent than usual. Here I'm destroying a few partisans in Grodno, or in Grodno, as you would say it in Russian. They're going to be a bit difficult to beat because this province is surrounded by rivers. Here I placed a few naval bombers and grouped them, sent them to Iceland to start naval bombing there. I finally have the money for investments into research. It removed my dissent and gave me a bit of a research modifier, which is very important. I was quite curious to see what blueprint I would receive. Also, those 5 infantry divisions that I invaded Iceland with will be used for guarding these large islands during my naval invasions, instead of the 6 that I am constructing currently. Also, Japan invaded me there, in Alexandropoli, so I guess the only answer is to naval bomb them. Yeah, I'm having quite a lot of success there. It's quite unfortunate that Japan could not perform such naval invasions everywhere against the Allies, and they're trying against me specifically, but as I said, they're not much of a threat. Here I am attempting to invade Greenland, but for some reason my units do not want to leave the port. It's probably some sort of bug, but I can't really say anything because I have no knowledge about the subject. And you probably didn't see it, but I got a blueprint for the nuclear technology that I'm researching. So you can probably imagine my happiness there. America already has a level 10 reactor, and mine's only level 6 or 7 by that time. So I also began researching improved self-propelled rocket artillery to beef up my self-prepared artillery a little bit and make my tanks a bit stronger, which is nice. Here I use tactical bombers to assist my tanks because 3 vs 6 isn't particularly fair, and I made it a bit easier than my units. I completely missed the naval invasion of Greenland and got very lucky, if I do say so myself, because the Americans could have very easily intercepted my transport ships and I would not have known about it because I was paying my attention somewhere else. So now I'm searching what to research, and eventually I actually do start researching the Special Forces Brigade for my infantry divisions. I also built Greenland up a little bit, which was not needed, but it's a nice thing to do. As you can see here, I'm sending these 3 infantry divisions into Greenland from Iceland. With the intention of, I guess, guarding Greenland. See what else happened here. Oh, well. More and more units are being destroyed in Belfast, which is good for me. Here I finally made it so that when some sort of technology gets researched, the game gets paused and a nuclear reactor has been researched, which is awesome. Or I mean produced, not researched. Here I'm setting up my navy even closer to America, and Toulon is under invasion again. It seems that they did not learn the lesson last time. And those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it, as they say. Here I'm sinking even more ships, which is amazing. I'm getting quite lucky with intercepting the enemy navy this episode in particular. And here I'm launching an invasion of Newfoundland, which was easy as pie. The naval bombers that I sent in the Mediterranean are going to be naval bombing the Canadian ports and the general area around Nova Scotia, I believe it's called, or around Halifax. Yeah, I'm building up Newfoundland just in case and showing a few partisans. I also did enjoy that at the start of the video a lot of my infantry got upgraded to 1945, which is very nice, because those free upgrades really will really make a difference in the long run. So instead of fighting with 1939 infantry, I will be fighting with 1945 infantry, and so on and so forth. We use Belfast, and now I check out the casualties, and oh boy, 7+ million, and I lost only 1,880,000. That's roughly 4 to 1, maybe 3.85 to 1. But still, those are pretty nice ratios considering my whole situation. I mean, they could have been better, but I'm trying my best. Another 5 divisions. It was a bit of an international brigade from what we saw. Conrad Zeus researched the basic semiconductors, and the basic information theory will be next. Here I have a few annoying partisans in Lithuania that need to be dealt with. And yeah, some more enemy navy has been sunk, some more of it at least. In the next episode I'll most likely start redeploying troops from the Soviet front very carefully, using my allied, the troops of my allies to block the holes in the line. Because I mean, the Soviets won't usually attack if you have from 12 to 20 troops on a level 10 fort province. I mean, I'm not going to take any risks, and the provinces that will have that border with more Soviet provinces will get 20 troops. And the ones that have from only one province that they border with will get 12, and the ones that have two will have 15 soldiers there. I want to be completely sure that everything will be fine, so I'm sending a bigger amount of troops than usual. I also need as many of my troops as possible for the invasion of America, so I began building way more transport ships there, so that the Great Migration will be very successful. So now I'm also just waiting for stuff to be researched, and the level 9 nuclear technology has also been researched, just as I say it. So that means I'll have a level 9 reactor, and eventually level 10 one, which doubles the amount of nukes that I produce over time. Also, those 12 Panzer divisions will be built, so that gives me a lot of encircling potential against USA. I guess that will be it for this episode. So goodbye everyone, and see you in the next one.